of these teams is going into the playoffs, and I am honestly very surprised at their journey to get here between Alpine Esports and eUnited. Game one underway, and boy, does it start off on the right foot. Ajax with a double tap.
Ajax wasting absolutely no time. Oh, beautiful double to open up the scoring just 7 seconds in. Alpine Esports. All right, the gauntlet's been thrown down. How do you answer?
Start here, going in favor of eUnited. They are setting the tone on what they want this series to be. And it's up to Alpine to see if they can match that pace. But already a lightning fast start here.
A lot of eyes, of course, going to be on a player like Magic Bear, who has been so good ever since joining this squad. Percy has been a huge part of their success as well. This is a team, Dazarin, that when we talk about a team being greater than the sum of their parts, I think this team is a shining example of that.
It is. You know, you talk about Alpine and their ability to pass to each other, to find each other in the field. And honestly, it shows how connected this squad is mechanically wise and team play wise. It's a great synergy that when proven and pulled off correctly, it's just such a beauty to watch.
One to Mike, going up top, got this down center. Here comes Tristan, and eUnited's back in front.
Tristan, the rising star of eUnited, but Wonder Mike with a great setup, pulls out the defense. Tristan with the shot, and that gives eUnited the lead once again. This team may have taken a loss recently, Stacks, but they are moving with all cylinders on.
This will be Percy that takes charge after the kickoff, but Ajax there to boom this right back downfield, and he'll still follow this play. One to Mike's shot, and a little interference from Ajax as well. Now Tristan, well, he was camping that boost pad at the back. Got just a piece of this ball to stave off yet another Alpine attack. Should not be any shortage of scoring, and certainly not opportunities to score for either of these teams as Percy brings this downfield, and his shot's easily blocked away well out in front by Ajax. It's just going to be a track meet.
At this point, yeah, the way these guys are moving, it's been back and forth so far. A lot of opportunities here for both sides to score on, but eUnited has been taking advantage of most of them. It's all about control here. Both of these teams can really execute well off of each other, and that team play is something that's graciously seen, but hold on, it's an open net, and Jordan just gets an easy goal to tie it up.
Alpine have not had to work particularly hard for the 2 goals they've scored. There's been nobody home, and they add another here to tie up the game, and you gotta wonder for eUnited, can they shore this up? Can they get back on the right foot defensively? They seem to be just a little bit out of sorts in a match that could send them into the top 8 playoffs, and who knows from there, especially when you consider the double points that are at stake from being in the major alone.
This is a lot to play for here, and no shortage of excellent competition. Percy tries to take that ball by himself. It will go the way towards Alpine's end. They're gonna have to really try to battle back here. And eUnited, I mean, you talk about a team that has had a very unfortunate start to the season, but they are showing up when they need to right here, right now in the fall major. You couldn't ask for a better showing. Oh,
and Percy comes right through. This is the hardest they've had to work, and it's just kind of lackadaisical there. Ajax, I don't think it was Ajax. I don't think he sensed that Percy was coming on, and so he didn't have that sense of urgency, couldn't react in time. Percy puts Alpine in front.
And Alpine are playing for the same thing eUnited are playing for. Now you get to know, okay, both of these teams Alpine trying to find that former glory, or former success that they had earlier towards the later half of last season. They had a big fall off, but now they are bouncing back, and boy, is it going well for them. The lead in this game, as again, whoever wins this series punches their ticket to the playoffs.
You may remember, of course, that neither one of these teams is going to be in the grid in the winter split, unless, of course, they can find a way to secure the spot. They did not secure the spot by finishing in the top 10. They had kind of certainly on eUnited's case, they had a rocky grid season, a rocky fall split in general. But we talk so often, Daz, about teams peaking at the right time. And both these teams, and you're looking at a team like the Sonics that have performed very well so far tonight, they are picking it up right when it matters most. And one good performance over the next couple of weeks can erase an entire split's worth of turmoil.
Yeah, you talk about months of performance leading up to the day. And this is what happens. What can you do on the day? 1 minute remaining here, and one of these teams is going to close out their day going into the playoffs. It's game 1, and we saw eUnited open this series up strong, but Alpine have battled back.
Jordan looking to put the finishing touches on this game. Could not. Got a piece of Tristan, however. So WonderMike's got to get a big boom downfield. Tristan now looking to drop one down. This does waterfall in front. Followed down from Ajax. Trying to collect. His flick is far down, and it still stays out.
That net was open, Stacks, for at least 3 to 5 seconds. It's going the other way, almost a chance. Clean up. Percy blocked out again. Ajax trying to stop the Alpine pressure, but Ajax had an open net and couldn't get control of the ball correctly.
Now it's Tristan for Ajax. No, he called his own number, and Ajax kind of peeled off. And that means he's got to go all the way back and then back downfield again. With no time on the clock and one last touch will kill it. Alpine trailed twice, but they lead at the end, and that's all that matters. Game 1 goes Pine.
That was eUnited's game, Stacks. They should have came out on top with the victory there. Opening up with a double tap from Ajax. Lots of good offensive pressure, but they let that one slip through their fingers. Just a lot of mistakes on the transition and on defense. And that's something that they have to get together going into game number 2. Alpine played very consistent Rocket League. Although they were stuck on some of the offensive pushes eUnited brought out, they kept consistent and they didn't change anything up. And it worked out because eUnited had those mistakes and Alpine was there for the punish.
Both teams a little bit under their average in terms of shooting, but not so much in terms of their percentage. Alpine comes in shooting an even 30%. You're going to score a lot of goals if you get the opportunities. That's what they've been lacking a little bit. Here we go into game 2. Can they continue to pour it on against eUnited? They almost scored early, as Ajax did in the opening game. As Jordan blocks out WonderMike, but nobody else downfield for the Alpine squad. Now Tristan up against Percy. That's well defended by Percy as he had to go up to the backboard and then bumped WonderMike off the play. And that should allow Alpine a quality chance here. And Ajax just barely got a piece of that ball.
Already good pressure coming out from Alpine.
Boy, that's good.
That
was great from Tristan. I mean, he was in a real tough spot. If he got rid of that ball at all, there were 2 Alpine attackers waiting, and he delayed longer than he needed to. Well done.
At this point, is continuing to see more pressure coming out here as Alpine, big shot from Jordan to open this game up.
Well, as good as Tristan had been defensively, that one got away from him, and Jordan out of his reach. And after that, Ajax has to react late. No chance. Perfectly placed upstairs, and Alpine continues to keep it rolling in game 2.
So now it's up to eUnited to see whether or not they can respond to what we've seen so far here from Alpine, who continuously are revving things up.
WonderMike and Tristan, bit of a double. Tristan still got the shot off, and it's saved by the post.
That was close. That should have been the one. Good play, good transition. Definitely solid shot from Tristan, but just a little bit off target. He starts to find his shooting, though. It's going to be a tough situation defensively for Alpine to stop it. But regardless of that, the game remains a 1-goal game in favor of Alpine.
It's something that can get overlooked too, right, Daz? Defensive positioning. You may not always block the shot, but if you at least cut off the angle and alter the attacker's shot enough, you can force those misses wide. There are some cases where, okay, guy just missed the shot. There are other cases where the defense did enough to force the miss. I think that's a case of the latter on that last miss.
And getting that accuracy just so important, especially when you're trying to feel it for the day. Tristan tries to play that out towards Ajax, who just crashes into the defense. Wonder Mike,
what a win.
My! He was losing that one no matter how the way he shaped it. A great goal from Jordan.
Wonder Mike was going to try and catch this or get a soft touch, and Jordan's just like, nah, no you're not. Get that out of here. 2-0 as Jordan scores his third goal of the series, and Alpine's threatening to start to run away with this. And especially if they get one off the kickoff, but Jordan landed awkwardly, and he could not follow it up.
Jordan gave Wonder Mike no time there. Completely just said, this is my ball, and I'm coming for it. And that's what Alpine have been saying all series long. They're up right now by 2 goals halfway through game 2 on Forbidden Temple. eUnited have shown that they can move this ball downfield. They can open up the net, but they have to start executing.
They do still have time, but that time is disappearing rather quickly. Jordan tried to set up Percy. The pass is going to be a little off the mark, and it could spring eUnited downfield off the counter, but boy, that's great defending by Alpine to make sure that doesn't happen. Tristan stands his ground. He doesn't have a lot to work with, but he's done enough. You can tell, out of everybody on the field, it seems like Alpine is most worried about Tristan. He's the one getting most of the respect, and his respect he's certainly earned since being promoted to starter.
Exactly. Tristan has been quality in terms of shot placement, in terms of moving the ball downfield. He is a strong force of eUnited's offense. And you're seeing that in the way he plays and also in the way other teams treat him when he's on the field. They are always on top of him. Look at how Tristan's moving downfield. Percy with the setup. And they triple commit almost just so they can get that clear out.
Hasn't been too much out of him so far in the day, but I think you could say that for maybe even a handful of players. This will be a shot or a tight angle, but still saved away by Ajax, followed up by Magic Bear. Now Ajax off the field, so Tristan's got to take this himself. Last guy Alpine wants on the ball. The shot's high, and the follow-up is denied by Percy.
Quality flicks from eUnited. That's the second time where they've been on the press, had a good flick past the defense, but the ball's still not on target. Almost isn't good enough here. 35 seconds remaining. This game is still in favor of Alpine. A 2-0 lead. Looking for 3. And Jordan with the hat trick. He is popping off stacks.
All 3 goals in this game, 4 total in the series, and they just gave him all day. Probably the last person you can give that much time and space to. I mean, he had free reign that was uncontested, and he scores to put this game away.
You have to keep an eye on him because when he is on, it elevates Alpine to a completely new level. Percy and Magic Bear are already consistently top players mechanically, but when coupled by Jordan having a good day, I don't know if any team can get in front of Alpine. It explains their success and how they are putting this series now on a match point situation. A shutout on game 2, and Alpine are going to take this one, put it on match point. They only need one more.
Well, this could be a very quick finish to round number 4. You know, we talk so much about Percy and Magic Bear, and Jordan is kind of like the silent assassin in the background that never gets a lot of attention, not a lot of publicity. But man, when he is on, he is certainly one of the best players in North America. He's got now, what are we looking at? 4 goals in this series. That gives him 11 on the day. Sure, he's still in Percy's shadow when it comes to scoring goals, but certainly not in terms of his influence on the field. Jordan did whatever he wanted to in that last game.
He did. And he had the space to do it, but he also had the confidence as well. Talking about that aggressive challenge on Wonder Mike to just straight dunk it through. Again, most of this really has to do with eUnited. Everything is in their hands. They have to execute correctly. Alpine is playing a really good Rocket League today, and if eUnited aren't showing up, they're going to have to try again in round 5.
it would be almost tragic the way both these teams have started, as Magic Bear's shot is denied by Tristan, for either of them to miss the playoffs. That is what we're looking at in the case of a team like eUnited if they can't make something out of this series here, and they would have a lot of negative energy going into a fifth and final round. Percy bullies his way through. Jordan got a piece of that ball as well, but Tristan is up for this, trying to go over top of Magic Bear, and Magic makes the save, but the follow-up now from Wonder Mike, at least got that ball centered, and a miss by Jordan gives Tristan an opportunity. That'll have to be dealt with by Percy, and it is brilliantly.
Now, good start here for eUnited. They're able to get this ball downfield. Pass out. Ajax shot. Good. eUnited will strike first.
Oh, this is perfect. Wonder Mike only has one defender to beat, and as soon as he even starts to move up the wall, the pass goes out. Couldn't have placed it any better on Ajax's hood, and that is exactly what eUnited needed. Now they've got to build off of that, because one goal is not going to be enough. They need to run off 2 or 3 here to really feel safe against Alpine.
That camaraderie and team play is important here. Wonder Mike getting that one, at least on the goal line, forcing Percy to make a save. But seeing them play as a squad, getting quality pass plays towards each other, and not trying to solo play everything, that's really prime eUnited when you get that squad, that team working together here. And against Alpine, from what we've seen from them, eUnited is going to need everything they have in their back pocket if they want to try to pull off a reverse sweep.
Percy trying to spring Magic Bear, decent outlet pass. His shot is going to be blocked by Wonder Mike. And now Tristan downfield looking for Percy. And that's great concentration by Percy, avoiding contact. They even clipped the wall to slow down his descent just enough, because he could see another guy coming in for a demo, looking for a hit on the goal line. Now Wonder Mike, full tank of boost, but he's going to have to peel off. Ajax has this ball. Decent control, but couldn't follow up. Now Wonder Mike looking for a second touch to get downfield. He will. He'll have to take this himself with absolutely no boost. He's going to be a non-factor for about the next 10 seconds. Alpine looking to take advantage and sends Tristan's shot into an open net.
And the long shot is good from Tristan. Ajax challenge out, but Tristan at the right place and gets everything behind that Dominus. He hit the post this time, Stacks, but the ball will roll in, giving them the 2-goal lead.
So eUnited pulling away in a must-win third game. It's a long process, especially against a team like Alpine that doesn't give up many leads. They definitely seem to play downhill a lot. So if you can jump out ahead of them, great. But they've still got to battle back for another couple games. All they can do is hang on in game 3 and just give themselves a chance at a reverse sweep. Tristan throwing one up there. He has enough to follow it up, and that's a good clear by Percy. But that's all Alpine's been able to do. Good clears, but that means they're playing a lot of defense. And that means they're at the mercy of eUnited on the attack, which has been deadly at times.
Jordan thought he had a transition play going, but it would not work out. That being said, this is the most pressure we've seen from eUnited all series long. Alpine trying to push things through and put that pressure back on them, but it will get away from them, and they'll have to start from scratch. Now, maintaining a 2-goal lead with 1:45. Doable here. eUnited, everything in their hands. Just has to come down to playing their game and eliminating all those mistakes that they had earlier on in the series.
Big demolition on Jordan. Lets Wonder Mike try and take over. They take out Magic Bear as well. It should be possession for eUnited, though that double by Wonder Mike and was it Ajax? It was. I don't know what they were thinking there, and really left Tristan in a terrible spot defensively. Kind of lucky that Alpine isn't on the board yet. Oh, they might be now. Magic Bear to Jordan, and the shot saved by Tristan. Followed. Oh, it's saved by Jordan. Oh, no.
That was a great shot from Percy. Jordan tried to get out of the way, but ended up backflipping into the ball. Unfortunate. They'll try to pass out again. Maybe they can pick it back up. Double. Oh, Jordan. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful goal from Alpine.
Apparently nobody else is allowed to score. What a setup from Magic Bear.
Oh my
Wonder
God.
Mike coming across, doesn't distract Jordan at all, but man, I can't get over that pass by Magic Bear, and that Jordan was able to catch up to it and put it on target. All right, he made a mess. He bailed them out. He's made up for it. What else can they do? Still need one more.
You score a goal like that, you better at least tie this series up.
Right?
Unbelievable what that play, a double tap pass. They got 30 seconds. Maybe they can muster something up here.
Oh, they got to go from their own zone. One to Mike, didn't get the bank off the ceiling, but Percy had to wait. Down to 15 now. Percy's got Magic Bear at midfield. Had to get rid of it, though. Tristan was coming on. Down to 9 seconds. Decent first touch to spring him downfield, but they got to get bodies down there as well. Ajax big boom. Oh, they tried to pre-jump him. That didn't work either. Magic Bear's going to be respawning. eUnited staves off relegation down to the 2-2 bracket.
That was amazing. Amazing.
I don't know if I can get over that shot or that sequence, right? That 30 seconds where Jordan is coming out of the eUnited net, saves the shot from his teammate, and then right when you think, okay, he's going to be the scapegoat, he at least got him back within one with that brilliant play alongside Magic Bear. Wow.
And we get another game of this. Honestly, you score a goal like that, I expected this series to be over.
Right? I'm okay if we get 2 more games of this, to be honest.
This is
onward to Utopia.
A great series right now between eUnited and Alpine Esports. Just when you thought Alpine had it in the bag, eUnited decided to fight back. Very consistent Rocket League and a lot of confidence too. Look at that early challenge from Wonder Mike. I think eUnited know what they are capable of. And I think we can see a game 5 here.
Oh, Ajax and this eUnited squad came very close to kicking things off with a bang. Now it's 1 to Mike. 2 to beat. Didn't beat the first one. Jordan with a good stop in midfield. It'll be 1 to Mike's ball with a lot of space to work with. Magic Bear coming up to meet him. He couldn't stop him, but Percy is right there along the back wall. You know, Daz, I think we can both appreciate this series. There's a shot from Magic Bear is wide. Follow-up from Jordan gets a little help from Magic Bear, and Jordan gives Alpine the lead.
Look at that. Magic Bear with the shot to open things up. Wonder Mike was trying to make the save, but Magic Bear so close, he knew the bump was coming. It threw him off, and he couldn't stop the shot. Alpine able to strike first here on game 4.
Just saying, both of us can certainly appreciate this series. You've got some of the best that we've ever seen in the North American Rival Series, and then you've got Tristan and Ajax, who had been so great in collegiate Rocket League as well, especially Tristan. Percy barely got a piece of that. Magic Bear battling with 1 to Mike all the way downfield. Now Ajax with 1 to Mike on his way back. Easy play for Percy as Alpine trying to close out eUnited, their second chance at closing them out and getting into the playoffs. But Ajax has other plans. What a carry from 1 to Mike to set him up.
You gotta talk about the pass. 1 to Mike on the hood. Waited to use his dash. Took the last second. That dodge crucial to get it to Ajax. eUnited still won't quit. They tied this game up.
There are people that have doubted 1 to Mike. I don't understand it. That is a S+ setup to get that ball over to Ajax. Now Tristan through traffic, looking to set up a play for a teammate. No, but 1 to Mike is right there after the demolition on Magic Bear, and eUnited denied the lead as Jordan makes the stop, and Percy will bring this out of the zone. Good ball over towards Jordan, but it was deflected. And that throws off Alpine just enough that eUnited can get in position, but they crisscross, and now 1 to Mike's gotta get up. He gets bumped, and Jordan scores!
That was insane! 1 to Mike pops this up, tries to go up. Magic Bear takes him out as Jordan activates the boost to put the shot through. Beautiful execution from Alpine Esports. 1 goal lead, and we still got so much more Rocket League to go.
Still 3 minutes. It's got to feel like an eternity for both these teams as they have to find a way to shut down the other. And it has been easier said than done. 1 to Mike's got Tristan coming on, looking for the tie, and a shot goes well wide.
Unreal how these two teams have taken what I was thinking of is simple execution, hitting your shots, but turning it into setting up multiple man plays. Bump plays have been excellent. Passes have been spectacular. And they are leaving everything they got out here.
One to Mike, got by Jordan. Only Magic Bear to beat, but that's a big clear downfield. And he has Jordan to help out. Looking for the double, didn't get there, and Ajax will dish it off to the corner. Now Ajax, he thought about it, turned away at the last moment, and very fortunate is eUnited that ball rolled all the way up. Nobody from Alpine could follow. Now it's Jordan. Over towards Magic Bear, who's not expecting the ball to go where it did. It was just off the mark. And that means eUnited gets kind of a free stop defensively, and it means they stay within one goal here. They're hanging around in a game, again, that they absolutely have to win.
Yeah. The fact that it's a 1-goal deficit is huge here, and it means that even down to the last second, they can still bring this back and at least force it overtime. Alpine are starting to rev things up. They are all over the ball. Oh my, almost to their detriment. They got to get a clear here. Good touch from Magic Bear to send it away. That was almost dangerous, Stacks.
Ajax for one to Mike. Almost put it on the button, but there's Magic Bear with the intercept. Percy didn't let them clear it back down and in, so Jordan will just dump this to the corner, but it didn't get deep in the corner as it's intercepted. That means Percy has to come up a little earlier than he would have liked. A little more than a minute left before eUnited is relegated into the 5th round unless they can come up with an answer. Tristan gave a look towards Jordan. Ajax had to keep this in the zone, and that's another great stop by the Alpine defense.
Wonder Mike was trying to play that towards himself. Magic Bear turned that into an immediate top corner shot. It'll go the other way. Transition moving. Oh, Ajax missed that. That could have been the goal. Quality pass play, but this ball is moving back and forth here. Alpine are trying to keep this on eUnited's end. Let's run out the clock. Let's finish this series. But eUnited might have an answer here in the final 30 seconds.
Oh, what a win by Percy, slowing down Ajax, and now one to Mike. Cannot quite get over Jordan, but did get through him. That's a juicy ball off the side. Tristan to tie, and it's denied by Percy.
Ball
now Ajax. Oh, it's still there. He couldn't get the win. Now one to Mike, blocked by Percy again. Oh, Percy's put in a ton of work in the final minute to keep eUnited at bay. Now they've just got to get the ball down to the ground. Ajax popping one up. One to Mike's not going to get there. And Alpine will see you next week.
Alpine Esports come up big here against eUnited, and GG's to them. They didn't make that easy in any small fashion. Despite this being a 3-1 scoreline, eUnited definitely fought that one out. But my goodness, did Alpine turn up for that series. The pass plays, the team plays, everything left and right was just quality from Alpine Esports. They earned their spot in the playoff, Stacks.
They did. Jordan earned his spot in the playoffs. He came into this match with Alpine just needing 3 dubs to get into the top 8 with 7 goals. He scored 7 in these 4 games against eUnited, including a hat trick. I believe it was in game 2. Just incredible stuff from Jordan, from Alpine in general, and they will indeed be in next week's top 8 playoffs, and it's a huge opportunity for Alpine, not just the team, but the org as well, as they continue to kind of plant their feet here in the Rocket League scene.
Yeah, Alpine's been all about the climb, and you can start to see just how well that climb has been going. This is the best that we've...
Well done.
This is the best that we've seen from Alpine, I'd say, all season here.
Yep.
And they got to keep it up in the playoffs next week. But their day is done. eUnited, though, as well as they were fighting, their fight doesn't end. They have one more matchup, and we have one more matchup as well here on the E-League stream. Round 5 coming up soon. You won't want to miss it.